What's going on, Dodgers Nation? Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. I'm your host, Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. The Dodgers get their 10th straight win, their biggest win streak since 2017. LA gets the dub tonight by a final score of 8-5. Their 33rd comeback win of the season, a 16-game lead over the Padres in the NL West, the best record in all of Major League Baseball at 77-33. Remember, we're not calling them the Twins. We're just calling them the T's because the Twins can't win against the Dodgers this season. LA gets the season sweep, and they've outscored Minnesota on the year 32-10, averaging almost 8 runs per game during this 10-game win streak for the Dodgers. But first and foremost, let me know where you're rocking with us tonight, where you represent Dodgers Nation. Give us those city zip codes, area codes down below in the comment section. Who is your player of the game? Is it Pico, Gallo? Let me know down below. The big 3-run shot Dodgers. They get 2 in the second, the Muncy home run, the belly sack fly, 2 in the fifth, a Trey Turner single to left, a Smith double to right, 1 in the fifth, the CT3 home run, and then 3 in the seventh. Joey Gallo hits his first home run for the Dodgers, his 13th of the season, and then of course Craig Kimbrel. He is having a Murphy's Law type of season. What can go wrong will go wrong. Thankfully, the lead he had, it was Kimbrel proof in that situation, but let me know where you're rocking with us down below. I'm looking for that comment of the night. Let me know if you got that comment of the night. If you get that fire take, you're going to see one of these. So if you want the fire take, so let's get ready to go, guys. Let's go. Call up Michael Bush from Justin Kim, Tempe, Arizona. We got 3 straight post-game shows. Let's go. Hey, Trace, Gallo, Vargas, I told you, this is about you guys, man. This show is thriving, and it's thanks to you guys, the fans, and I'm the man of the fan. This is your show. I am just hosting, and I like to get your takes, guys, and honestly, I need a therapy session because I need to get the address to where I can send my therapy bill for Craig Kimbrel, because look, I mean, just what can go wrong will go wrong, and look, a lot of it is just a lot of bad luck. If you look at his BABIP, if you look at the fact that he just gets some bad luck right there on that little comebacker, Correa, that infield single to right back to the pitcher, and Arise goes to third on the play, and he scores on that wild pitch to make it 8-5, and then thankfully he did get Polanco. He had homered earlier in the game to line to fly out to left to end the game. But he gives up 2 hits, and that is the issue with Craig Kimbrel, giving up way too many hits. But here we go. Can't stand the crumble. That's for Boomer Assassin. Yeah, I mean, look, we talked about the other day what is going to be his new walk-up song. I think he needs to change it because I think he should go Eminem Till I Collapse, because usually he does end up collapsing or just staying on very thin. And I think in that situation tonight, he was able to get the save. But look, I mean, this is not going to work in the postseason. Just allowing so many hits, it's just at a point where you start to have your concerns. But the good thing is you do have Evan Phillips, who continues to pitch outstanding. And then you have Blake Trinan, who's on the way, who's set to make a rehab start hopefully this weekend. But here we go. LA Dodger fans MVP. Fred here from the 80474 Stansbury Park, Utah. AL Gallo. We got Justin Kim, Justin Kim 2000, Irvine, California, the 92618. Player of the game, Trey, with his Mad D. Yeah, Trey, he brought the defense in this one. You love to see it, and he was outstanding. You saw the play he made in the 6th, that play where he just fields it to his left, makes the spin, makes the throw. Freddie Freeman did a nice job stretching for it, and then the next inning, you saw he made that nice pick on the rise ground ball, and he was covering a lot of territory today, making catches in foul territory. Trey Turner, that is my long-term solution at shortstop. Hashtag pay Trey. I think he firmly wants to be in LA. I think that there's fantastic chemistry with this big 3. Check that Fab 4 if you include Will Smith. And yeah, he's an outstanding player. He's such a dynamic player. He can beat you so many different ways. And tonight, like you make a great point, he did showcase his glove. Will W, player of the game, Trey, with his Mad D. But then also him and Freddie Freeman right up there, 1 and 2 for most hits in the league. So that's really his breadwinner, is what he can do with the stick, and he was fantastic once again. He goes 2 for 4. He had the RBI single in the left in the 5th inning. And yeah, I mean, what more can you say about Trey Turner? He's been absolutely outstanding. The record reflects that since he joined the Dodgers. Their record, one of the best in the league, and really the best in the league from when they made the acquisition. He had his first game in early August of last season. But here we go, Priscilla Cabrera. I was at the game tonight. Such great energy. Go Dodgers. Yeah, you want to let's go Dodgers? I got you. Let's go Dodgers. Yeah, I mean, I think you're seeing tonight, I mean, there's something special happening at Chavez Ravine. I see a lot of people out there saying the 2017 Dodgers. I'll tell you right now, this team would beat the 2017 Dodgers with relative ease because the offense, there is no let-up. There is no holes. There is no respite for the pitcher. And you saw, I mean, who beat you today? Chris Taylor, he puts the Dodgers on top with a home run there in the 5th inning on a curveball, a 1-0 count. And yeah, I think if you look at this game as a whole, it's really unbelievable what they're able to do. I think I think Taylor was in the 6th. Taylor was in the 6th inning. So the 6th inning, and yeah, I mean, it's just fantastic. And to see that even Chris Taylor's coming off that injury and he's able to perform and have success early on, it's fantastic. And you talk about the energy at Dodger Stadium today. Yeah, I mean, it's Freddie Freeman bobblehead night, and there was just a great energy at that stadium, and you're seeing it all season long, and the attendance reflects that. 53,432 tonight at Dodger Stadium. You had celebrities in attendance. Last night you had Steph Curry admiring Max Muncy's little step back in the box. And then tonight you had Rob Lowe, my friend Rob Lowe, who I talked to on the blue carpet. Rob Lowe told me that if the Dodgers face the Astros, the Trastros, whatever you want to say, that he's going to be selling his famous Astros asterisk hat in the parking lot. So be sure to look for Rob Lowe selling those. Hopefully he doesn't get arrested for selling bootleg hats, but that is what he told me. But best record in baseball is from Jesse Ramos on YouTube. Ernesto Molina, nice comeback. Go Dodgers, 10 in a row. The LA Sweepers at it again. Go Dodgers, player of the game. Yo, what up, D-Mac? What's all the way from Salisbury, Maryland? I like it. Burn that midnight oil here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Blue 702. Yo, D-Mac. Yo, Blue 702. Thanks for rocking with this, guys. 10:37. But, hey, we got to talk about this Dodgers team and everything they've been able to accomplish. And I want to talk about Ryan Pepiot's start because Ryan was rocky. I thought early in the game he struck out Carlos Correa, and I was very encouraged by that. But his stuff is filthy. Like I said, that slider, it moves more than a military family. The changeup didn't go with it as much as I expected. You know the scouting report on him, that they knew that was going to be his primary secondary pitch, his out pitch. And a lot of times I think the Twins, they had scouted him well, and I think they were sitting on that pitch. And he came out there early in that 1st inning, and I was encouraged after the double because he gave up the leadoff double to Arise. And I did see some extra Pepiot in his Stepio tonight, and it just wasn't the issue with Ryan Pepiot too. I mean, if you looked at his night as a whole, here we go. 51-50 Rams, 199. Appreciate you, my man. The best deadline move was no major move at all. That's Rams 51-50. Look, sometimes the best moves are the moves you didn't make, and I think that yes, you can add pieces, and the Dodgers, they typically, if they want someone, they have all the resources they need when it comes to prospect capital, the ability to absorb contracts, the surplus of major league ready talent. They can usually get their guy, but this team is stacked. And you see the talent they have on this roster, and the chemistry is off the charts. So yeah, you do run the risk of jeopardizing that at this point in the season. I just think that, yeah, I mean, you could be right in that situation. We'll see how that plays out, though, because Ryan Pepiot, we'll see. Dustin May, he's going to be ready pretty soon. I don't think you'll see too much of Ryan Pepiot based on how he looked tonight. I think the issue with Ryan Pepiot is the fact that he does struggle with that command. I think that he needs to find a way to harness that. We know his stuff's filthy. I think that he'll eventually, if he harnesses that command, you could see him as a number 3, at best a number 2 starter, maybe a back-end guy, or maybe a piece out of the bullpen. But he needs to find a way to harness that command. You saw him falling behind the count early on. 3 of the 4 innings, he pitched 4 1/3 innings tonight. 3 of those 4 innings, he allowed the leadoff man on. So, yeah, I mean, he didn't have his struggles throughout, and you saw in his first pitch strikeouts, his first pitch strikes 12 for 20. He ends up throwing 84 pitches, 51 for strikes, ended up with 4 strikeouts and 3 walks. So a little underwhelming performance by him, but like I said, when he shows his flashes, when he flashes that swing and miss, you definitely see it, and it is definitely impressive. But yeah, 12 swings and misses, and you see, I like the fact when he was elevating that fastball. We're going to get into his outing. I'm going to break it down completely in just a second here, but I want to know from you guys, who was your player of the game? Looking for that fire take. Did Did you guys get that therapy, that booing session from Carlos Correa? Because I love the boos. I love the boo. But what I especially loved was the cheater, cheater, cheater. To me, that was doing it for me. And like I said, some of you still want to see Carlos Correa in Dodger blue. To me, the only benefit of that would be to have him at Dodger Stadium 81 games a year, so you could boo him for sure. Because look, he stole a World Series from us, but was a big part of it. But we got David Santa Monica 3-0. Nice seeing you at the liquor store the other day, D-Mac. My man. Hey, respect. I was at the liquor store, guys. I was picking up, I was picking up a 6-pack of beers, which lasts me about 6 weeks to 6 months. And I ran to someone who watches the show. They were like, "Hey, D-Mac, I'm about to go watch your show." So yeah, man, I'll see you around the block, man. Appreciate you, my guy. Freeman like a hockey goalie, catching everything. Carl. Yes, Freddie Freeman. You see the glove. You see the glove, the gold on that glove, that Rawlings mitt that he sports. You're not just seeing the scoops. You're seeing the extensions. You saw the Trey Turner spin. He extends far to the right to get that. You saw on the Hanser Alberto backhand play where he's pretty much on the grass. He makes that throw on the one hop. Freddie Freeman, he's down there, fields it, picks it perfectly. And I think on top of everything else, even when the throw is pretty acceptable, Freddie Freeman, he gives everyone out there the confidence knowing that he's going to do his very best to make that play. Even on the Trey Turner play, throw that was a little high, he nearly gets him on the swipe down. And then how about the play he made early in the game to catch that ball in foul territory when it was Carlos Correa? And typically in that situation, you'll see the right fielder call off the first baseman, but Freddie, he ends up making that play. So yeah, I think one of the big themes tonight, one of the big takeaways is that D in Dodgers, it stands for defense. They were giving it to him tonight, and they were just absolutely fantastic on all facets of the game. Did run into some outs. We're going to talk about that in a little bit here, but yeah, hey, Daddy D-Mac, what's good? What up, Ricardo Miranda? How's it going tonight? 818 Raider, $4.99 the USD. For a second, I thought Jansen was out there trying to close a game. I appreciate that $4.99. That goes immediately into the fund that I have started for Trey Turner's extension. I'm going to do everything I can to keep Trey in LA. Hashtag pay Trey. Alan Boone, I miss Mitch White. Alan Boone, that crossed my mind today. I think that Mitch White, he'll be better off on the Dodgers Blue Jays. I think that he has a definite ceiling. He is a back of your rotation guy, a depth piece, especially when he's surrounded with the talent of this Dodgers rotation and the Dodgers bullpen pieces. But yeah, I think Ryan Pepiot, I think it was a little disappointing his outing today. I think that, look, after the pep talk they gave Pep after his last outing, I thought that he showed some promise against that Rockies team on July 5th when he had those 6 punchies and 1 walk. Tonight, though, the command was the issue, and we're going to break down his outing tonight as well. But let's jump into some more of these comments. Here we go. Craig Crumble is Kenley Jansen 2.0. Yeah, Craig Crumble, man. I should get that T-shirt made. I mean, geez, at this point. But yeah, D-Mac, I like that. Michael Valentine, D-Mac, you're the best. Next to Jim Rome, bro. Keep it up. Hey, man. Hey, Romy, that's my GOAT right there. But appreciate that. But go Dodgers. But you're the best, man. You got the best fans of the game, man. Let's get in these comments. Here we go. Jamie Lancer, Dodgers 8-0 since getting Gallo. Yankees 1-7 since losing Gallo. I'm telling you, it's the curse of the Joey Gallo for the Yankees, and you saw why the Dodgers made that move for him, because he does have light tower power. He does have prodigious power, and it was a fastball. It was a hitter's count. He got himself into a hitter's count, a 2-1 count, fastball middle, and he didn't miss it. I mean, he got all of it, and Joey Gallo is in a better spot right now. You see mentally, it's just all that pressure of being on the Yankees, it's just kind of just dissipated. He's on a team that I think has shown a little more love, a little more care. And look, I think that stuff plays up. And I think you see the success that Max Muncy's having at the moment, and a lot of that is because of the loyalty that Dave Roberts have. And how about a little love for Dave Roberts for pinch hitting with Joey Gallo in that situation, knowing that he liked that matchup, knowing it's the right-handed pitcher in that situation, and that is exactly why he's on this team. Let's not forget, he is 1 year removed from being a 140 WRC plus player. I mean, well, he's a guy that is a two-time All-Star, a two-time Gold Glove Award winner. This is a very proud player out there, and he's a guy that he wants to show the rest of the league that he's still Joey freaking Gallo, as our guy said on our designated Twitter show the other day. And I think that tonight he's going to really build some confidence after that, because he hit an absolute tank. And I can watch Joey Gallo. This is what I want to see, okay? This is what I want to see. I want to see Joey Gallo versus Edwin Rios in a home run derby competition, and you get more points the longer the home run is. I think that would be awesome. You'd see majestic bombs all over the place. Pray for those windshields out there. But who do you think would win a home run derby between Edwin Rios and Joey Gallo? But here we go. Gallo made Doc look like a genius with that home run. Gallo game MVP, Daniel Wire over on YouTube. Correa don't belong in LA from Jose Rodriguez. Yeah, if there's anyone out there that thinks, and look, I'm open. You guys know this. I'm totally okay for us to disagree on any topic. I'm not one of those guys who's like, oh, don't watch this show. I only want to have an echo chamber. But I'm interested to see, are there people out there that want Correa on this Dodgers team? Because, look, let's be honest. If Trey Turner doesn't re-sign with the Dodgers, him and Xander Bogaerts, and along with Dansby Swanson, those are the top shortstops available. If the Dodgers want a premium shortstop, they might consider it, because there were some rumors that they were at least kicking the tires on the idea during the last offseason after Corey Seager signed with the Texas Rangers. And at that point, of course, you saw Trey Turner under contract for one more season. Correa has been open to the idea of, D-Max, stay out of the liquor store. What'd you say? This from Keto Man Organic Diet. That's from Myria Jones. Look, hey, I got to watch Craig Kimbrel close for the Dodgers. You know why I was at that liquor store, okay? I was trying to load up, okay? No, I'm just playing. I'll take your advice. A pretty good pickup tonight by Treyas from Diane Struder over on YouTube. The Muncy home run, yeah, I think Max Muncy, what more can you say? It looked like he was maxed out earlier in the season. He went from sad Muncy to bad Muncy to now he went from sad Max to Mad Max to, I don't know, but he's just fantastic at this point. I mean, I truly believe that Max Muncy has turned the corner. I think that critical adjustment almost looks very Nolan Arenado-esque in that box, where he just kind of moves his foot back, a little step back. Like I said on the show today, Steph Curry was probably envious of that step back. He probably respected that step back by Max Muncy. What that does is it does allow him an extra second to just get behind fastballs, to square up pitches, and that's been the difference. And you're seeing he has just been outstanding. In August, Max Muncy on the season, for the month of August, Max Muncy really is just showing that he is still that guy deep down inside. Usually when players, when they lose their ability, there's a reason for it. I mean, yes, there is the Chris Davises, and you do see that from time to time, but, I mean, Max Muncy is such a good player that, I mean, I think that the success he's having, it's pretty special, man. I think that he's really going to make a contribution. I truly believe that. But Joey Gallo had a big hit for us. Nice to see. By the way, do you guys think I'm jumping the gun on Max Muncy? I'm telling you, man. I think that Max Muncy he's really locked in. But we got Eric Herrera, Win Scully. I like that. Win Scully. That's a winning comment. I'm going to give you that winning comment right there for sure. Here we go. Yeah, man. Okay, we got Cardiac Kimbrel, Brett Munson. You should copyright Craig Crumble. Yeah, we could probably patent that some place. But look, I don't want to dog the players like that. Come on now. I want these guys to be at their best. I want them to have success. And I think when it comes to this Dodger team, I think you'll definitely. Oh, I like that. Yeah, we got the don't let the highs too high and lows too low. Okay, now I'm back with you guys. I lost you guys. We got 0-9 pitcher with like a 9 ERA for Joey Gallo. Yeah, really, right? Joey Gallo is healthier and more understanding and environment. Look, LA is Gallo-wood at this point. I mean, come on now. It's he's going to hit bombs, he's going to hit dingers. No, I think that, look, it was a positive start, and I think that just having a role for him that he can excel in is going to be very important for his success. I think Joey Gallo is a guy that needs to understand that there's not going to be the same amount of pressure in the pressure cooker that is New York City. They're going to put him in spots to be successful. But here we go, Eric Herrera, Dave Roberts. We got Dave Roberts is steering the ship. 4-2. Yeah, right. In Friedman, we trust. Ruben Edwards, Gallo is healthier. Here we go. We got Joey Gallo, no doubt. Dodgers don't get injured. We are almost at the postseason. No more injuries, please. I beg you. Kershaw is the last one. No more. Yeah, you don't want it to be Squid Game 2 with this Dodger team at this point in the season. They have so many impact players on the men that are on their way back. You still have Dustin May, Walker Buehler. You have Brusdar Graterol, Edwin Rios. I mean, there's so many players that Blake Trine that can come back and help impact this team. Staying healthy is going to be paramount to their success, and the fact that you're not going to be chasing a Giants team to avoid a wild card matchup like they were last season. That's going to definitely pay dividends for this Dodgers team that's trying to go into the postseason with the full tank. But here we go. We got no for Carla Correa. Kimbrel is on drugs from Stan, the Rams fan. We got a paid trade from Boomer Assassin. Looking forward to Dodgers versus Mets. Yeah, that is from looking forward to Dodgers versus Mets. That's from JP Ramirez over on YouTube. Justin Lamas, yes for Correa, and I wanted George Springer in 2021. Man, we got some. You're wearing some Astros gear under your Dodgers gear. What is it, my man? Hey, I understand, but geez, I mean that is a little too much. But hell no, we got Almonte for closer. Yeah, we need to get him back. I mean, they were saying that with Yency Almonte, it's nothing serious. He has had a very similar injury in years past, so you got that strain issue there. But who do you want, D-Mac? Who do you want, D-Mac, if Turner doesn't re-sign? That's from Ryan Reyes. I mean, I would love to see Xander Bogaerts. I would love to see the X-Men in Dodger Blue have him reunite with Mookie Betts. I think Dansby Swanson is a guy that is a Vanderbilt dude. You know, we got Walker Buehler from Vandy. He'd be interesting. Doesn't feel like a Dodger in my opinion, but I think if you don't get Xander at that point, I'm totally fine with just exploring these internal options, giving Gavin Lux an opportunity, give him the runway at shortstop. We know that offensively he's been consistent this season. He's been a clutch hitter, great with 2 strikes. You saw his walk-off against the Phillies. Has had a breakthrough year, and he's proven that he belongs in the big. So there's that. I think the Jacob Amaya idea, I think that's not going to happen. There was some talk that, hey, maybe, just maybe, if he could come up and hit big league pitching defensively, you know that he could get it done. But I think at this point it's safe to say that he's not going to be strongly considered for that spot. So we'll see what the Dodgers do. I mean, I just really hope that they pay Trey. He loves the Wolf of Wall Street. He is the Wolf of Chavez Ravine. And I just hope that he's not effing leaving like the Wolf of Wall Street. But here we go. The long overdue parade for the Dodgers happens this year. Alex Infante. Wow. I just hope it happens, man. You're right. It has been absolutely long overdue. Those Zoom celebrations for the 2020 World Series didn't suffice, and I think this Dodger team is a special team. On the same token, it's a crapshoot. Let's just be honest. Postseason baseball, anything can happen. And someone brought up earlier, they have to stay healthy, and that is going to be absolutely critical for this Dodgers team. They have to remain healthy, and if they don't, and I think they will, because I think that they have more depth and they're in a better position no matter what, and they are built this season to sustain some injuries. Look, if you're building a house, you have to build that house where it can sustain a storm. It can sustain a little bit of an earthquake, and I think this team is retrofitted this season, and I think that they're in a much better spot to absorb any injuries that they may sustain. But here we go. But they don't have the insurance like we hoped they might get. But Max is back from Jonathan Hoyt. Muncy's close to 100% healthy. There's that. Soto in 2025 from Justin Lamas. So, Justin, you're one of those guys who just wants to add anyone. I respect that. The Dodgers signing Gallo was psychological to make. Yeah, that's what I said on the show today, actually. Who was that? Lost these comments because he's going way too fast. But I'd pay Trey Turner Soto money. Yeah, I would not pay Trey Turner Soto money, Donald Amico. You paid Trey Turner $500 million. Trust me, man. I love me some Trey Turner. I ain't giving a 29, 30-year-old Trey Turner $500 million or $450 million. That is an overpay. That is a Stephen Cohen type stupid mistake. But Mr. Classic, if we somehow get back Trey Turner, I will be the happiest. That is from Mr. Classic over on YouTube. Fear Gallo's beard. Fear the Gallo beard. Ruben Edwards, the power is in his beard. We don't have some stupid little rule where you have to look like little leaguers in New York and shave your beard. I mean, come on now, man. It's 2022. Let that beard breathe, man. I think there is power in the beard. We saw last season Cody Bellinger, he gets the buzz cut, and he starts to turn his season around. So, hey, it is somewhat believable. I think that there could be something to that. But here we go. We got in DMAC We Trust. Eric Yulo. Wow, guys. Eric Yulo, the star of the critically acclaimed 3 Up, 3 Down podcast. He was voted as the Dodgers Twitter follow that you need to be following if you're not. Let's try to get him to 1 billion follows. You can follow him at EEULAU. Go give him a follow. Mr. Eric Eulo. Wow, we got some star power here in the audience. It's like how the Dodgers game had Rob Lowe there. Tonight, we have Eric Eulo in the chat. But Mr. Eggs, D-Mac, we've been talking about Gallo's potential. Mr. Eggs, you know that I like to look at the Michelada half full. That's how I get down. I also like to roast people and situations when I see it fit, but I think there is a lot to like with Joey Gallo. You know, for me, what really kind of changed kind of what kind of gave me hope, and one second, guys, what kind of gave me hope when it came to Joey Gallo was when I saw in San Francisco when Dave Roberts is talking to him in the dugout, and it was an extended time. It was him, Justin Turner, and Dave Roberts, and for what I heard, his buy-in was off the charts. And I was on the field the other day, and I saw him taking BP off a pitcher from Rancho, and you had the entire organization out there. The entire organization out there watching him take BP. So to me, I think that he feels that support. And you're talking about I like a Joey Rooster from Mike Saldana. Joey Pollo was at the game. Here we go. Was at the game. Crazy vibes. This team is scary. Not going to lie. The road to 2022 chance from Gabriel. We got once Dodgers clinch the division, that bye will come in clutch from Victor P. E. Smith, we have the LA love for Gallo. Jay Silva, can Trace find the field with Gallo and Taylor hot streak? I think Jay Silva, he's talked about that. Dave Roberts, he likes to say keeping players relevant. And how do you keep Trace Thompson relevant? He does have those reverse splits. The success that he's had against right-handed pitchers this season, I think that, look, it's a good problem to have. At the end of the day, it is an embarrassment of riches, and it's all about playing the hot hand, in my opinion. I think that you create a competition, a competitive environment, and guys, they're going to feed off that. Guys are either going to buy into it and they're going to benefit from it, or they're not. But I think at the end of the day that it's a meritocracy, and the best players will see the reps and they'll get the time. But D-Mac, who's the best free agent we ever gotten, Mookie or Freeman, or who do you think? I mean, Freddie Freeman. I think when you look at value for Freddie Freeman, it's pretty amazing when you think about the fact that he is a legitimate MVP candidate at this point in the season, and he signed a 6-year, $162 million contract. And when you look at that deal that he signed, and yes, he is 32 years old, and yes, he is a guy that, yeah, sure. I mean, will he age gracefully? I think with the DH, you can feel pretty good about it. You can feel good about his durability, the way he takes care of his body, but yeah, I mean, he could be up there at the end of the day for best free agent signing. I mean, I think you can't really say Mookie Betts, of course, because yeah, Mookie Betts, he's a guy that that was, of course, a part of a trade. He signed that extension. I think one that I really like that you really have to feel good about is, I don't know, I'm always pretty obsessed with that 2012 era Dodgers. I mean, when they signed Zach Greinke to that contract, and yeah, that's when you knew that Guggenheim group, they weren't messing around. They signed Zach Greinke, and he ends up with that 1.66 ERA, and he was just fantastic when it was him and Clayton Kershaw, two of the best pitchers in the league. But if you're going all time, I mean, how could you say anyone other than Kirk Gibson? I mean, the signing of Kirk Gibson led to an MVP. It led to a World Series, and I would definitely have you go look up and read the story of how they got Kirk Gibson. It was really interesting. They ended up signing him to like a 3-year deal. There was a collusion situation with the Detroit Tigers, and yeah, not only was he fantastic on the field, he was great in the locker room. He just kind of changed the atmosphere of that Dodgers clubhouse, and he was ready to win, and he was really hardcore. And I think that, yeah, I mean, when you talk about Kirk Gibson, I don't think you can really get better than that. But of recent vintage, like my friend Brooke Smith likes to say, I think you look at the Freddie Freeman signing, and I think that it's going to pay dividends for years to come. It's really going to solidify this Dodgers core with him and Mookie Betts, and hopefully Trey Turner at some point this off season. But yeah, back into the comments section. Lock up Trey, no Correa. I think Gavin Stone stole Bellinger's stash. He looks super laid back. Rod Wilson, interesting. Crumble DFA from Boomer Assassin. Re-signed Trey from Exto C's. We got Correa still waiting for that trash can. We got waiting for that trash can thump. That's the comment of the night. That's a burn. And you get this too. Wait. Oh, it's Gallo prefers In-N-Out to Whataburger. It's a fact. Hey, man, you got to love for that. That's my thing.
You win.
All right, 1 second.
Fire team.
There we go. But yeah, I think when it comes to this game, it's kind of break it down. Well, let's jump to these comments a little more, and then we'll start breaking down a little more. But Kimbrel makes Jansen look good. That's from Jonathan Sprott. Damien, hell, I'll take D-Mac at shortstop before ever wanting Correa as a Dodger. Damien, look, I got some range, man. I can make some plays. Give me the backhand. I got that glove side range. Hey, I won't take that as a slight, man. I mean, you're picking me over a Platinum Glove Award winner, so thank you for that. Every game we win and the ways we win, the more I feel like this is our year from Ryan O'Ryan Montaz. Facts. I mean, it really does feel like the Dodgers have captured that magic. I mean, their team, you talk about 33 comeback wins for the Dodgers this season, and yeah, I mean, it's pretty outstanding. I mean, most in all of Major League Baseball, and if you look at their record, they're now 68-9 when they score 4+ runs in a game. That just lets you know that this team is scoring runs. I mean, more runs than a marathon. I mean, it's unbelievable the amount of runs they generate, over 5.3 runs per game, and I think the consistency of which they're scoring those runs. You got doubles in the gap. You saw Trey Turner hit a double over the center fielder today. You saw clutch base hits from, you saw them do it the home run too. The Chris Taylor home run with 2 strikes. I mean, this team is getting you clutch hits after clutch hits all season long. But here we go. Don't tell me what to do. Correa doesn't know how to hit without the sound of a trash can telling him when to swing. I mean, look, you can joke about that all you want, but the reality is his best season offensively did come in a year when he wasn't focused as much on what a pitcher's doing as much as what a trash can is getting banged. And I think that, yeah, I mean, he admitted to it, and I think that it's kind of it's such a disgrace to me. I still have not gotten over it, and I definitely never will. Here we go. Justin, Doug, remember your stream when we lost in 2005 Game 5 to Washington, and many of us, included you, asked this organization to sign a big-name talent like Cole, Rendon, trade for Betts, trade for Lindor? Yeah, I do. And honestly, Justin, I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate that you've been rocking with us since 2019. And I did say that. I did say that one of the big differences with that 2019 team, and you can go back and watch Richard Burris. You say 10 in a row, baby. Go Dodgers. An awesome show, D-Mac. Thanks, Rich. I'll give you a go Dodgers for that one. There we go. Yeah, I think when that was my message after that show, was that this team, they needed top-end talent. And I specifically mentioned Mookie Betts and Francisco Lindor. And I said that offseason, the Dodgers' top priority was to either trade for Mookie Betts or trade for Francisco Lindor. And Justin, you will be my witness. We got Mookie Betts, and that was something that I pushed for during the post-game show of Game 5. But Moyoto, if D-Mac has 1 million fans, I'm one of them. If D-Mac has 10 fans, I'm one of them. If D-Mac has no fans, then I'm not on this earth. If the world is against D-Mac, I'm against the world. Amen. Moyito, comment of the night for sure for that one. You kill me, man. I appreciate you guys. Always make me laugh. I agree. Kimbrel needs to go back to AAA. That's from JC the Rod. But yeah, I think what my point with that was that, yeah, I mean, top-end talent wins. And you're just seeing this team in the top 3 of this lineup, and then you add Will Smith, and then you got guys like Max Muncy. They're figuring it out. They're getting going. You got Justin Turner, who we haven't even really talked about. I mean, he extended his on-base streak to 20 games, and we're going to start getting into this breakdown of the game in just a second. But, yeah, I think here's a comment from Francisco. Dave Roberts told us we would win the World Series. Yeah, Francisco, he actually took a lot of heat for saying that, and a lot of people took that a little bit out of context because he told Dan Patrick, he said that, hey, we're going to win the World Series if we stay healthy, if our starting pitching stays healthy, and so far so good. But they've been able to manage injuries to Walker Buehler, and then, of course, you got Clayton Kershaw, who's back on the IL, but he's hitting .267, 1 homer, 3 RBI. Really glad D-Mac is back. Thanks, Jay Silva. Thanks for rocking with us, man. I appreciate you guys. Mookie wasn't a free agent, exactly, as I pointed out, of course. they got him in a trade, of course, surrounding Wong and Jeter Downs. You had Alex Verdugo. The trade was there was a little schism. There was a little snag in the deal. Of course, Boston didn't like the medical records of Brusdar Gratterall, and then it led to the Kenta trade. We saw the trade fall apart with Jock and Ross Sterling to the Angels, but it eventually pulled through, and the Dodgers were able to sign him before opening day of 2020 as he was entering that platform season. But here we go. Soto is trash. We got going old school and saying Kirk Gibson. Yeah, like I said, I think you really can't. Kirk Gibson is definitely up there. I do love the Zach Greinke signing. I mean, there's a couple you could really choose from. I mean, Kevin Brown. I mean, I did a whole video on how it's a big myth that Kevin Brown was a bust as a signing. He was a very productive player. If you look at what he was able to accomplish with this Dodgers team, I mean, Kevin Brown was really a workhorse. But D-Mac, you crush, man. I want to see you. When Bueller. Oh, we got a Go Topes. We got, how about the Adrian Gonzalez, Nick Punto trade, Justin Lamas? Yeah, I mean, I could do a whole show just breaking down like the history of trades for sure. But yeah, I mean, the thing with that trade is really the Guggenheim Group was trying to send a message to this fan base, and Adrian Gonzalez, there was a little more to that, not just how good of a player he was. He just didn't fit in Boston. In Boston, the fans, they didn't like his attitude. They thought that he didn't show enough passion, and bringing a Latino superstar player to L.A. was big for that group, and you saw what he was able to do, homering in his first at-bat with the Dodgers. And, of course, you had Carl Crawford, Nick Punto, along with that deal, Beckett. But here we go. We got when Bueller, when we got best free agent, Max Muncy. Guys, one second. There we go. They robbed my boy Greinke for the Cy Young that year. Yeah, I mean, I think if he had modern analytics and voting, I think he would have had a much better shot. There's no question about it. D-Mac, you're crushing it, man. I want to see you sitting next to Joe Davis Bright and commentaries from Jonathan. Hey, man, I love my boy Oral, man. He's up there crushing it. I can't wait to see the D-Train, Dontrell Willis, back in the mix. Hopefully. That's what my boy Yulo told me. Can't confirm that, but yeah, we go. Justin Lama says the best Dodger free agent signing will be Soto in 2025. Interesting. You're trying to manifest that. I respect that. D-Mac, you should allow cussing in the chat room. Make it TVMA. I'll see what I can do. We got a bunch of kids that watch this show, but hey, man, just wash their mouths out with soap if they use the language. I don't know. We got Kirk Gibson changed the entire culture of that Dodger team when he came through, turned a bunch of underperforming clowns into a tight-knit group of winners. That's from Pika Peep. Exactly. And Kirk Gibson, he did change the culture of the entire, and it was all the way back in spring training. They actually played a prank on Kirk Gibson where they put some of the eye black on his hat. And when Kirk Gibson put on his hat and he looked up and he saw all the eye black on his head, he cussed out the entire clubhouse and was like, hey, we're not doing this year. We're going to focus on winning. You guys played too much. And then it did change the culture. You're absolutely right. But Muncy is mashing. That's from Trade Pujols. That Pico de Gallo is getting spicy. D-Mac, how much time should Dave Roberts keep letting Crumble pitch in the ninth? I think what Dave Roberts is going to do is you're going to see him. He said yesterday in the dugout to reporters, he said that Craig Kimbrel is still the Dodgers closer, but he didn't end it at that. I found that very interesting because what he went on, Danny Loris, Dodgers legend Doug McCann, you guys are hooking up, being nice, man. I appreciate it. But what he did tell reporters was, hey, yes, he is our closer, but he also mentioned that the Dodgers have a lot of talent that can get it done in certain spots. So I thought that was pretty telling that it was a vote of confidence, but the fact that I think there is a sliver of doubt there. I mean, I know there is. There has to be because it's the hits, and it's the fact that he doesn't miss bats in situations that you really need him to. And I think Craig Kimbrel is in a spot where there's a lot of pressure on him. I was about to say, hey, Craig, what you should do, man, is who cares if you blow this save? If he just went out there and he plunked Carlos Correa, that might have been the best move he would have made as a Dodger, because then he would get the entire fan base around him to back him. You would see murals of Craig Kimbrel. They'd be being painted as we speak. But, instead you saw in that situation, you got that comebacker. And, yeah, it was just a tough play. I mean, you saw him get plunked in the back early in the season, had to miss a couple games. You see his fourth highest BABIP in all of Major League Baseball, so he definitely has bad luck with that. But yeah, I think Craig Kimbrel is public enemy number one for Dodger fans. Like I said, Craig Kimbrel's wild ride in the ninth inning, and he's just allergic to clean innings. He's had 8 appearances all season where he hasn't allowed a walk or hit a batter. That is terrifying, if you want to be quite honest with you, when it comes to talking about him in the postseason. So yeah, I mean, it's very concerning. And just look at what happened in 2018 with the Boston Red Sox. I mean, he's a guy that basically got demoted in that run for the Boston Red Sox. You saw guys like Joe Kelly and Nathan Eovaldi start to step up. So yeah, I mean, he's the current saves leader in all of he's the current saves leader in Major League Baseball as far as active saves. But like I said, I mean, he just hasn't been that same guy that we've seen as far as just sheer dominance. I mean, if you look at his strikeout rate, it is impressive. 392 career saves and 667 and thirds innings pitched for Craig Kimbrel. But yeah, I mean, you just haven't had that moment where the trust is there. I mean, where the trust, like Mariano Rivera, you just knew that he was going to go out there and he was going to dominate and he was going to be effective. But I think Kimbrel, the issue is that he'll go out there and he'll get the first 2 outs, or he'll allow a walk, he'll allow a base hit, and yeah, just the lack of clean innings and the stress that you go through when he's on the mound. But here we go. Yanks on a 10-28 run. They fell off a cliff. Yoshi's Channel. Wow. I knew it was bad. I checked it a few days ago, but 10 of their last 28. Look, you thought the Dodgers losing 16 of 17 in 2017 was bad. That is a steep drop off, and everyone thought, oh, it's the big bad Yankees, the juggernaut Yankees. How could anyone beat the Yankees? Now the narrative is, will the Dodgers ever lose again? It's so funny how it works in Major League Baseball. But yeah, normally not going to say Gallo is a steal until he makes consistent contact for longer than 2 games. But if Muncy remains steady down the stretch, if Muncy remains steady over the next month, I'll admit I was wrong. He was beyond help this season. That's from Norm Lee. I mean, look, you're not just getting a guy that's a bopper that can bring that thunder. You're also getting a guy that he plays Gold Glove level defense in left field. And I think, look, if you look at Max Muncy, 7 games. Here's his numbers in the last 7 games. He's slashing .385, .407, slugging .962 with a .1369 OPS. And what I like is the extra base hits. 4 home runs and 3 doubles, 10 for his last 26. And one of my favorite things about this run is you're probably thinking, how many walks does he have, right? We call him Max Muncy, spelled Munsee, because of how he sees the ball and how he's able to draw so many walks. Just 1 walk in his last 26 at-bats. So you talk about a walk rate that was at 17.8% before July 28th. After that, it's around 7%. So he's been more aggressive at the plate in the box. He's attacking pitches. He's attacking pitches and punishing mistakes. You're seeing tonight. I mean, tonight on the home run, it was an elevated sinker, and he hit an absolute laser. But let's start breaking down this game a little bit, guys, and keep jumping into these comments. But Carl, team Lucio, are we going to keep trying to bring back the old Craig to close? They keep hitting him every time he comes in the ninth, and lucky today we have a big lead. Yeah, like what I always say, man, you got to Kimbrel-proof this thing. And I think that, hey, man, hopefully the offense during the whole night, they have that in the back of their mind. Let's Kimbrel-proof this thing. You know, they should do 1, 2, 3, Kimbrel-proof before they go to the box. Because, yeah, you want to – no, I'm just playing, obviously. But, look, I think we're all on the same page on that. And I really – he hasn't done anything to inspire very much confidence where you go out there and you trust him in each and every night. Look at the lead he had there. Imagine that's a 1-run lead on the road against the Braves or the Mets or a team like that. And it's not just getting hits, it's how they score the run on a wild pitch, him spiking a curveball. So to me, that's the other big issue too. But Indy, where's Anthony? I didn't see his comment yet. But Dodgers fix Heaney after the Yankees. Oh, yeah, I like that take. Peek. Dodgers fix the Yankees. Fix Heaney after the Yankees spat on him. Gallo's no problem. They can't fix. Yeah, RVS and the gang. And look, they said day one that there was something mechanical. If you saw the video I dropped minutes after the trade was announced, I told you guys. I said the Dodgers wouldn't make that trade if they weren't all sitting in a room almost Moneyball style, reviewing videotape and identifying things that they think they could fix. And one of the big things with Andrew Heaney, like you mentioned, is they said, hey, you're throwing your fastball over 60% of the time. And he gave up 29 home runs last season, and that was the big issue, was keeping the ball in the yard for Andrew Heaney. So you knew they were going to teach him that slider. What we didn't know is that he was going to learn that sweeping slider that's been so effective for him. So, yeah, the Dodgers are always, do I forgive the Astros? I got that question that's in the corner of my eye from Fat Dingo. Answer is H-E, double hockey stick, hell to the no. We'll never forgive the Astros. We'll never forgive the Astros. Absolutely not. And if you guys know, Soto is mid from Eric Herrera. I'd be stroking in the chat. Where's I'd be stroking in the chat? Looking for some of these regulars over here. Brown was good when he was healthy. Yeah, he had the back issues. Put anyone in the DH, we got him. Bobby Miller not ready from Paul Kirella. Yeah, Bobby Miller, you saw another impressive outing. You're seeing the punch-out numbers, double digits, and he has a filthy mix. I mean, talking the plus fastball, the plus fastball, the heater, the slider, the changeup. And what I've been told from people down the farm is that they almost have him on a plan where he is working on those secondary pitches, and he's basically going to that slider because even though they know that he can dominate with that fastball, they want him to continue to develop those secondary pitches. So he's actually throwing them at a higher clip than he really wants to, just to continue to further develop. So really that just goes to show the plan they have for him. They're not concerned with his ERA or anything like that, or any runs or walks he may give up, because they want him to get that mix down to where they like it. So that's something to consider. But yeah, he's not ready this season. Best hair D-May, Mike Jones, who? Gallo's going to finish strong, then re-sign with the Dodgers. Hey, man, we'll see. I like my Oppo tacos with a little Joey Gallo on it. Oh, David Muncy, that's a good one. Here we go. Soto is a diva.
You win.
Agreed, normally. Ryan Ramondes, to me, that blockbuster trade for Agon Crawford, etc., was the star of the dynasty of the past decade. Yeah, I mean, definitely changed a lot, for sure. But yeah, we wash their fingers. We got if Joey Gallo, I like that. Wash their fingers with soap with the cussing. We got D-Mac. You need to be a special guest commentator with Joe Davis, Alex Renteria. Hey man, talk to Joe, man. That'd be pretty cool. He's maybe me and him on the World Series, and I'll wear the hat backwards too. In the Fox booth. I'm down, man. Just hit him up. Hashtag the D-Mac and Joe D. I don't know. We got D-Mac. Give Crumble 3 more weeks of serving at BP. Then let the real closers sharpen their skills for the playoffs. That's from Myria Jones. Yeah, I mean, Trevor Bauer, we needed you. Such a sad situation from Mr. Classic. Yeah, man, a Bauer would definitely help reinforce and fortify this rotation. No question about it. D-Mac should do some commentating on these broadcasts. Hey, man, you guys appreciate it, man. You guys are being super nice to me, man. I like it, man. Hey, man, honestly, you guys are just as important to this show as me. In fact, more important, because, hey, man, these are your takes are always bringing that heat down the comments section. But I'd be stroking Crumble, sees the writing on the wall. He's only in when we're up by a touchdown, a field goal, and a safety. I'd be stroking. Wow, man. I knew watching this game that you guys were going to give it to Craig. And look, at this point, maybe we should put Kimbrel on Craig's list and just sell him to the first buyer for, a pretty discounted rate, like you would get something on that website. But no, I think Kimbrel is a guy that he wants to contribute. I think that he wants to have that role. But D-Max, your mic, it keeps cutting off. Interesting. Kirsten Watson is a hottie. Is my mic cutting off? But yeah, let's jump into this game breakdown a little more here. So we're going to jump to the top of the first inning. So one of the big issues with Ryan Pepiot tonight was 3 of the 4 innings he allowed the leadoff man on. And the 2-2 count, leadoff double in the gap for Arise, changeup he left up, and they knew that Pepiot was going to go with that changeup as his primary pitch, so they were sitting on it as his primary out pitch. They were sitting on that. He bangs it for a double. Then he falls behind 3-1 to Correa, and he gets him to chase that slider outside. Mark A, $10. Hey, D-Mac, which team do you fear the most come October in both the AL and the NL? I mean, to me, I think, look, if it's a healthy Mets team with DeGrom and Scherzer, yeah, that team, they're filthy. They're lethal, and they're definitely a team to reckon with. But I still feel in the National League that the Atlanta Braves still are a team that causes me a little bit of worries. But I think that, look, I mean, I want to see New York versus LA. I want to see Mets versus Dodgers. So I'm going to say the Mets versus Dodgers, just because they have the type of pitching from their frontline starters that's going to play up in the postseason. So yeah, I think that would definitely be the team. But I also think, look how Max Fried, he deals against the Dodgers, Kyle Wright, and they got Charlie Morton, and they have the experience too. I think when you look at their offense of the Atlanta Braves, they have that team, look how well they performed last season, but no Freddie Freeman. And look, no matter what, you're going to get a juicy storyline, hashtag content, as I would say that if you have Matt Olson versus Freddie Freeman. But yeah, Dansby Swanson, Austin Riley, and Ronald Acuna Jr., Marcell Ozuna. When it comes to the American League, to me, I still think the Astros with that potent lineup, and the fact that you're going to be playing in that bandbox of a stadium with those wretched Crawford boxes, I still think the Astros are a much better run organization than the Yankees this year. And look, I'm not afraid of that Yankee rotation at this point. The bullpen is pretty stout, but I still think, yeah, man, if you look at that that Yankees team, you got Yordan Alvarez. Altuve's having a solid year. Brantley's on the IL, but he's had a really solid year. Bregman, he's had a down year, but Kyle Tucker, and yeah, I mean, a really solid lineup. And then from a pitching standpoint, I mean, say what you want, but Verlander, he's pitching well again this season. So yeah, I mean, to me, I definitely, and Framber Valdez is solid too. But really, to me, what I fear the most is the Dodgers sustaining an injury. And I think that if this team is able to stay healthy and they play their game, this is going to be a tough team to beat, man. The game is too long, as Ned Kelletti used to say, and there's just too many weapons on this team. But here we go. D-Mac, the umps are not giving Muncy credit for knowing his strike zone. So Mad Max needs to continue to attack Love Muncy Myria. That's a great point, and I think that Mad Max Muncy, he would fare very well with the robotic strike zone, right? Mike is clicking. All right, let me see. 1 second here. 1 second, guys. All right. Let me see how that works. But yeah, and then in the second inning, Miranda, he had a leadoff single to right, slider away. Gordon, he flied to center for the first out, and then Cave, he struck him out swing on an elevated fastball. Then he struck out Beckham with a slider down away. So 2 punch outs for Pepiot in the second, and then bottom of the second inning, that's when the Dodgers, they got on the board. So 3-2 count. Max Muncy hit an absolute laser to put the Dodgers on top of the zone. 7-game hitting streak for Max Muncy. Then JT doubled to the gap to center. He slides into second. He's been on base for 20 straight games. And Lux, he grounded into a fielder's choice. They get JT at third for the first out. Then Lux, he stole second, and Gary Sanchez's throw was off, and he ends up in the outfield, and Lux ends up at third after the Sanchez error. Then 3-2 pitch. Chris Taylor draws a 1-out walk, giving the Dodgers runners on the corners for the first with 1 out. And then on a 1-0 pitch, Cody Bellinger at the plate, he hits a sac fly to center. So nice to see Bellinger, he's been another guy that's really turned around of late. It's nice to see him with the productive out right there. But Frankie Montas got torched. That's from we got to Gallo comes through, 100 baseball. Yankees could beat the Stros. I just watched the Rangers beat Verlander. Yeah, I think, to me, it comes down to, it's going to be the Yankees or the Astros, in my opinion. I would like to see the Mariners just for sentimental reasons. I think that'd be kind of cool, considering the fact that they haven't made the postseason since it was a Bush Jr. administration. But what did Bauer pitch for the Astros? LOL. I could see that. Boomer Assassin, preach buddy, Joey Gallo. Hey, D-Mac, I think you've been bumping your head too much with that microphone. Okay. Yeah, man. And then so top of the third, Brian Pepiot, he falls behind 2-1 to Sanchez. Then on the 3-2 count, he walks him, and then he lets the leadoff man reach, like I said, for the first 3 innings. That's why that whip is so high, pitching with more traffic than the 405 freeway at rush hour. And then on the last walk, then a 2-2 count to Sanchez. He singled to left, giving the Twins runners on first and second, no outs. Then 1-0 pitch to Correa. He fouls out to first. Freddie Freeman calls off Mookie. We talked about that play by Freddie there. Then a 1-2 pitch to Polanco. He goes deep, crushed a 3-run shot to give the Twins the lead. High fastball. Smith won it a little higher on the previous pitch, and he comes back with that slider and just stayed right there. It was your classic cement mixer slider, and he just absolutely crushed it. And then you get Kapler to foul out to short. Nice job by Trey Turner, not only making plays at short with the glove in the field, he made a nice play covering so much territory to get to that one. Then Miranda pops out. So they get 3 runs on 2 hits, gave the Twins a 3-2 lead. Top of the 4th, a much better inning. He struck out Gordon, swinging at a fastball elevated. Then he walked Cave. 8-pitch battle, missed arm side badly on that bat with his changeup and fastball. And then Pepiot is not sponge worthy. Wow, Seinfeld reference. I respect that. D-Mac, the next Vince Scully. Wow, Ruben, appreciate it. That's lofty, man. We got the Twins don't have a big hitter. Then Beckham grounds into a double play to short, and nice job. Second to first with that one. Got the slider to induce that one. So nice job in the 4th. Then in the top of the 5th inning, 1-0 count to Sanchez, and he hits a dong to center. And look, first pitch, the selection, they knew the fastball was coming, and they went right down the middle, and he just absolutely hit a tank. He crushed it. And then he walked Araiza on 4 pitches, missing arm side and low, and he kind of looks fatigued out there, like there's a stamina issue. So run on first, no outs. He gets Correa to line out, and then Vesia comes in. He walks Polanco. Kepler fouls to third for the second out, and then Miranda reaches on that infield single to third, and then Vesia was able to get out of that one. And then we talked about later in the game, the Dodgers, bottom of the 4th inning. We talked about Will Smith, the RBI double to right center. Then bottom of the 6th, we saw Trey Turner. He gets that one out run to deep center too, scoring Mookie Betts. And then of course we saw Joey Gallo go deep. But yep, guys. We're going to be back against the Royals series. Great job of the Dodgers getting that win. Their 33rd comeback win of the season. Dodgers' best record in all of Major League Baseball. They're on top. They have the West essentially won at this point. It's just about pulling away for the best record in baseball and getting the home field advantage for the Fall Classic. And also, the last thing I want to ask you guys today is the Dodgers. They set their longest win streak of the season is 10 games, and they're now into double digits. 10 straight wins for the Dodgers. And the Dodgers, they've had some great teams throughout the years. In the 2010s and the 2020s, you saw a lot of great teams, but you didn't see any of those big-time long streaks. You didn't see a 22-game win streak like the Indians that we saw in 2016. Now, the franchise record is 15 games, and that was by the 1924 Dodgers. Wilbert Robinson was the coach of the Brooklyn Robins, and that's why they were called the Robins, by the way. There's a fact of the day. But the club's longest streak in L.A. is 13 games. How many games do you think the Dodgers will win during this win streak? Now, remember, Vince Scully said there's no such thing as a jinx, so don't feel like you're going to be jinxing anyone. I want to know down below. Do you think that Royals series worried me, Nick? 2017, yes, they did. One game at a time. Max Munchies, 2017 they won 10 games, but I'm talking about a big-time win streak. I'm talking about 13 or more games. I'm talking about the franchise record, which in LA it was done twice, 13 games in the Koufax era, most recently occurring in 1965. How many games will this streak last? Here we go. All the Belly, Muncy, and Gallo haters are very quiet these days. From Damian Camateni, I thought the longest streak for the Dodgers. 18-game winning. Let's freaking go. Dodgers are going on a 17-game win streak. Wow. I like that. I just want them to beat the LA streak, really. Calling 15 games. That is from Mike over on YouTube. We got to F it. Let's win 20 games. That's from Abram Silva over on YouTube. D-Mac, your thoughts on it? On the KC series. I think the KC series, Dodgers, you saw their success in interleague play this year, the way they've dominated the way they dominated this Twins team, and Dodgers are now 12-4 this season in interleague games. So 12-4 in interleague games. I think that this team, like I said earlier, this team hates to lose. Then again, look, it's a road series. It's a road series against a Royals team that, look, they're going to want to come in and do whatever they can to beat the Dodgers, but I don't see a reason why they can't go in there and keep winning. I mean, it's a Friday game. You got Tony Gonsolin. I think the Saturday game, we'll see how Andrew Heaney fares, and that's a road start. And then Sunday, I feel really good about when it comes to Tony, when it comes to Tyler, the outs creator. So you got Gonsolin, Andrew Heaney, and Tyler Anderson lined up, and then the Royals team. I don't know if they even have announced their starters yet, but I mean, you're talking about a Royals team that's second to last in the AL Central, 46-66. I mean, I think at the very least you take 2 out of 3 and you feel good about it, and you say baseball is going to be baseball for probably one of those games. But you look at this lineup, they're ferocious, man. They're disciplined. They execute well. They don't take any at-bats off, and I don't see a reason why they're not going to score 4+ runs. And I gave you their record 68-9 when they score 4+ runs. But here we go. I just looked at it, and D-Mac, I hope Muncy stays off the IL. Muncy was trying to get his confidence back. Hopefully his right hand is okay. Yeah, Strider, hear you. I saw that over on Twitter. I think it's going to be fine. I mean, he's a tough one, man. Max Muncy, he was this entire season, he's a guy that never made one excuse about that elbow injury that he sustained with last season against the Milwaukee Brewers in the last game of the season. So I don't think there's going to be an issue there. I really don't. I think that Max Muncy is going to be absolutely fine. And I mean, that was such a blow. That was such a blow. Last game of the season. I mean, geez, anytime your UCL's involved, and I hated that play too. I mean, I thought Jace Peterson on that play, going inside the line on that one, and it was just kind of a freak play right there. But I mean, he even said in the offseason that it was a slow process to get right. But bring back Puig, Pico de Gallo going to step up. We have 3 solid starts in Urias, Gonsolin, and Anderson. Need to rest the starters. The Royals with cheese are next. You know that I love that Pulp Fiction reference. One of my favorite movies of all time. But guys, that is going to do a dirty play. I agree with you, Orlando. I really do. I mean, inside the base pass right there, you saw the arm all freaked out. But guys, enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy your day off tomorrow. Let's hit that reset button. Let's re-energize. I feel like I'm like your iPhone when you're on vacation. You're always at like 18%, looking to charge anywhere you can. I need to charge those batteries too. But we're going to be back with you guys looking for some content too. We got an exciting episode of the Dodgers Nation Roundtable. We have my friend Michael Duarte from NBC Los Angeles. He had a very interesting comment to make about Juan Soto and also Trey Turner that you might want to hear about Trey Turner's future with the Dodgers. Thanks, D-Mac. Thanks, Rebecca. Thanks, as always, Ice Swamped. I got to fix this, but thanks, Bleed Blue, Damien. But thanks as always, guys. You can follow me on, thanks, Jay Silva. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, at DMAC_LA. That's at DMAC_LA. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Thanks, Alex. Smash that like button. Absolutely, guys. Appreciate you as always. And man, we're down the home stretch, guys. Before you know it, we'll be talking about the postseason baseball. But it's another great show. Thanks, Damien. But, guys, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok at DMAC_LA. See you guys next time. Enjoy the rest of your night. A couple more. We'll get out of here. Ruben, DMAC, thanks for another great show. Diane Schroeder, thanks, guys. Guys, D-Mac, I'm bringing my boy Labor Day for 3 games. Would like to meet you. Hey, man, you never know. I might be at the stadium. I'll see you then. But who knows? I might be covering a game, and we'll run to each other. But Juan Soto is a refined version of Puig. Thanks, D-Mac. See you guys later. Remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.